Hello. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Teacher Casey, and today I am here with Rebecca and Kelly. Hey, ladies.
Hello.
Hi,
Good morning. Did anybody have classes this morning?
I
No.
did.
Yeah, me too. I had
Yes.
two, but then one more book. So I ended up with three this morning, which was good because I had like an hour and a half between two classes, and I was like, "Mm."
Mm.
And I was like, yeah, I got feedback done, and then what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. So hopefully you can hear me and see me okay, everybody. I am not at my house, so my lighting is off, but that's what we got today. But I am excited for today's topic. Kelly, could you introduce yourself and let everyone know where they can find you? And then Rebecca, and then we'll get started.
Sure. So I have a channel called Teacher Kelly Tag, and that's where you can find me. And it's all about teaching online and in the classroom. And lately I've been doing some book reviews, which have actually been pretty popular. And yeah, so and if anyone wants to join my next book club online, we are reading The Radium Girls by Kate Moore. So mm,
Awesome. Rebecca?
My name's Rebecca. I've got a YouTube channel, Rebecca F. Online Teaching. A lot of them is old videos from when I was teaching like a lot online, VIP kid days. But I switched out a little bit. It's got some of my kids in them, a few of them, doing some math games, doing some read-alongs, just talking about me as being a mom of many little ones.
mhm.
Awesome. All right, and we may have one more lady joining us, one more teacher. But we'll see when she gets here, if she gets to get here. Sometimes as moms, things change, and YouTube,
Yeah.
as much as I'd like to say it's a priority, it can't be.
All
So,
right.
all right, so today's topic, actually, Rebecca thought of this one. Rebecca, you want to let me know what we're talking about today?
Sure. A lot of us just finished our Christmas break, and it's really hard to get our kids back into the groove of let's go to school again and wake up early. So, how do you help that transition from vacation mode to school mode?
Yeah. All right. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
I
Yeah.
just realized nothing's coming through these. So I was like,
It's-
wait, I hear them better with them off. All right, so yeah, we wanted to talk to you today. We know many of you have gone back to school or are going back to school and or getting your kids ready for that transition again. So we wanted to know, let us know in the chat box, what do you do to get either your classroom ready or the kids ready? So, all right, let's see. Kelly, now your kids are older like
Yeah.
mine. So thinking back, did you do anything as a parent to get your kids ready after a long break?
Just kind of a few days before, start waking up a little bit earlier again. I know with my teenage son, I didn't really do that this time. And yeah, that first day was kind of rough. Walking in his room, okay, time to get up, time to get up, time to get up. So, I mean, that's kind of one of the things you could do because it's mostly about the schedule
Yeah.
and, they're used to sleeping in again. So,
Yeah, and to tag along to that one, get them to bed a little bit earlier if
yes.
possible, which is the hardest part because they're used to
Mhm.
staying up late. And
True.
so we have all these great intentions as parents to get them to
Right.
bed a little bit earlier, and it doesn't always happen the way we
No.
want to, but we try to get back to a normal bedtime and a normal wake up time
Right.
within reason. Yeah, 2 days before.
Right. Isn't it funny though? It's still like even as they get into teenagers, you're like still reminding them to get up, set the alarm, go to bed.
Yeah.
But hey, that helps teachers and your students, so and your
Mhm.
child. Kathy, hello. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. And Stephanie, thank you. Good morning. Now you're both teachers. Anything you did differently to get your classrooms ready? So for me, I know I used to go in the day before or even maybe a couple of days and do a few things here and there, like make sure the morning is ready. So if I was doing morning tubs, usually I did morning tubs in kindergarten on the first day back, not, a sit down worksheet or anything because they're excited. They want to see everybody, they want to talk. So normally I would have like math tubs on, like when I say math tubs, for me, it meant like manipulatives, blocks, things they could build with, use their hands, talk to their friends, share. Um, That's what I would have ready in the morning, and I would get that ready usually the night before, because I'm going back transitioning too. So
Right.
have my coffee pot and everything ready to go, so that my morning starts successfully. So,
And maybe clean up after Christmas. Where
That's
I used to teach, it was at a church. And so we need to keep Christmas up in our classrooms just a few more days because they use that for like a church classroom. So taking
ah,
out the Christmas tree would be like, why'd you take it down before Christmas? So we used to leave a couple Christmas things up so it still felt festive and holiday-ish. But then yeah, we would come back in at the end of break, okay, Christmas, come down. And then
yeah.
we do January stuff up there. Um,
right. And piggybacking off of that, just getting yourself personally ready to go back to school, getting all the Christmas decorations down, putting away all the gifts, all that takes so much time. Like, let's get that done before I have to go back to work full time. And so, you got to get yourself personally ready as well.
Now, I know there are teachers that swear by not going in on break. I was opposite. It was like, and I totally get it. I totally get that point. But for me, it was like, it's quiet in here. I can work in the quiet, get myself ready. Do you know? I don't know. What team are
yeah,
you guys on? Like,
kind of limit yourself. Say, I'm going to spend one day
yeah,
or like 2 mornings, but keep it like short. So you
yeah,
go, okay, I'm just going to power through it versus I'm there every single day piddling around getting things ready. Like
yeah.
give yourself a power day. Sometimes it's hard to do that the last day of school before Christmas break because you want to get out of there too. So you
Right,
have to leave your classroom in sense of disarray and things are just left on the counter and just like, it's fine. So you
right.
do need to go back because you don't want to go back an hour early on the first day of school to put it back together. So you
And
need to, yeah, like
sometimes you
one
can't.
one day.
Yeah. And sometimes you can't go early, especially if you have kids to drop off school at a
True.
different school yourself or something. So, yeah, I always went in the
Some
day before something.
schools build in a teacher workday.
I saw.
That's
So they'll
true.
go like teachers will come back on Monday, students will come back on Tuesday.
That is true. So the county where my son goes to school, they did that. And then with the county where I work, no, we had to go in right. But I, heck no, will never ever go in on Christmas break. So heck no, no.
Yeah. Kind of figured I kind of knew who would be on which team.
Yeah.
I mean, just from working with these ladies for a while. Yeah, I don't, it was like quiet in there. I could get work done. I think it helps my ADHD though. So I think for me, it was really helpful to go in when it's quiet, you know what I mean? So I can get some things done versus all my students are here. I haven't been here in a week and
Yeah,
Yeah.
and especially if you have big plans for changing bulletin boards, changing seat arrangements, changing all these things, you need time to do that.
Right. And maybe it's the nature of my job too, because like I'm a special ed inclusion teacher. So it's not my job to get the classroom ready. I have a co-teacher and she does that because she oversees the whole class. So that's part of it too.
yeah.
Right.
Stephanie said, I used to go in, but now 16 years in, I do not go in over winter break. It will get done, but I will take a few days of the summer to prepare for the new school year.
Mm.
Yeah, awesome. There was something I was gonna say about that, and I don't remember what it was now. Oh, Rebecca, you talked about a big first day back. Do you remember what you told me? One of the big things you have to do, especially with little kids, when you
You
first.
have to almost start the year all over again and review the
Mm.
rules and review expectations and review what you want from them because they've gone lax over the break. Oh yeah, I'll have lunch when I want to have lunch and schedule's flexible and I can it's just me at home with my parents. It's not like 30 kids in a classroom where you have to
Right,
listen and obey the rules. So yeah, you
right.
do have to kind of go back over your classroom rules again and kind of be extra not a little bit extra firm the couple of days to say this is what we're expecting so that they know that this is school
Right.
now.
They have to remember that they're back in school and not with their friends and I mean with their friends, but not at
Right.
home with their
But
family. And
there's a
sometimes
schedule to keep. There you have to listen to directions, you have to follow directions so you know what to do in your work. You have to kind of get back in that mindset.
I'm smiling because I feel like a lot of people don't get it if they haven't worked with the littles before. Like they're like, oh, we're just gonna go back and things are gonna be back to normal, right? You're like,
Yeah, and it's not a little kid thing because last year I started right after the Christmas break working with middle schoolers, and that's one thing the school did as a whole. The principal had us
yeah,
re-go through the rules and everything. So
oh yeah.
Yeah. It
I'm
doesn't have to be a very long thing. It just like a 5, 10 minute. Remember, here are the classroom rules. Okay, great. Move on.
Yeah, I do feel like you're constantly reminding them the first couple of days back, but and I mean, it's good, and you want to get right back into schedule. We talked about moving seats and things. I did it every week, and the
Mm.
students used to move their names by themselves. So I had a can of popsicle sticks, and I would pull their name and then call their name, and I had flexible seating, so they would just go to whatever table and slide their name tag in there. So that took a couple of weeks to really train them and learn how to do it and things. But after that, the rest of the year, they just went and found their own seat. Some would pick the stand-up table and just stand up for a whole week. I mean, they could go sit down wherever, but they loved that stand-up table or the really low one where they kneel on the ground.
yeah,
So
I love that flexible seating. I watched that video of yours twice.
yeah,
That is such a great idea. I know my own son who's wiggly, boys have trouble sitting, so would have loved that if he was in your class. That's such a good idea.
I learned it
Yes.
through another teacher, and I was fortunate to be at a school where they bought a lot of that for me. We put in a request. Yeah. I bought some of like the blow up things and stuff, but that school did a lot for us. So having a school that has your back makes transitions easier too. Like you said, the principal went over the rules, right, Kelly, when you guys came back. So I think having a good admin team, a good support group at school really helps coming back from the break too.
Right.
I change seats every month. It's like the first of the month they would come back and be all brand new. But
Mhm.
I wanted to have control over that because I only had like 12 to 15 kids, and I know who could not sit next to each other. But it
Right.
made it challenging going, I don't have enough people to put between other people. I only got 12 kids. So
Yeah.
like where do I put them? So I had to like, do it. And if I said kindergartners, you do it, I don't think that would go so well with a smaller classroom like I had.
Yeah.
Right.
I had 20 something, but I would ask them like, do you two make good choices together? Are you sure you want to be together? It just, it takes a
Like,
lot at the beginning. Be like,
well, you got to play at recess with them all you want. So,
Stephanie said we have to do this with fifth graders as well. Yeah, same as what Kelly was talking about. Yeah. My experience in middle school was tough. I was a sub, not only a sub. I was a sub in middle school, and that was enough for me to realize I will stick to the babies, the kindergarten and first grade, and or I would try
Yeah.
high school, but I would not go back to middle school. It's
Same.
not
Yeah.
for everybody.
Yeah, mine was like a position, a full-time position, and I almost wish I'd sub first, so I realized that sooner. But yeah, never going back to middle school ever.
Luckily, the school that I worked at was K through 6 for when I was subbing. And I told them, I said, I will come in every day for the babies. Don't call me unless there's an emergency for the older kids. And they didn't. They were great. They knew. Like, anyway, so back to transitions. We talked about getting our kids ready in our classrooms. Anything else? I think it's a great idea to have that day off. I keep going back to that. Do you guys follow Kindergarten Smorgasbord?
No.
Okay, so there is a teacher. His name is he's known as Kindergarten Smorgasbord, and he came back. They had, I believe, he had a teacher work day the first day, but his first day back, like he posts things every day. His first day back, he was like, and then this happened, and then this happened, and so it happens to the best of us, to everybody, right?
oh yeah,
Yeah,
even veteran teachers, they're like, okay, here we go.
definitely.
I would like to say every year is different, but I feel like the first day back is a lot.
Yeah.
They're tired by the end of that school day. They're like, ugh.
Right.
So
They're used to.
it's nice to plan an easier afternoon. So
Mm,
keep all your studies for the morning, and the afternoon can be for extra stuff. It depends on what your classroom is. Because they're like, I want to take a nap now. I'm
mhm.
tired. I want to go home. So that's when you do some of the easier, lighter activities.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also found that, so with the littler kids, if it's right before a break, so let's say Thanksgiving, we had like 2 days and then a break. So the older kids, they know they're only in school for 2 days and you cannot get them to do any work out of them. But like
Oh,
in preschool, they don't know the difference. So they don't have that like, oh, we're only in for 2 days, so I'm not going to do any work. I'm not like, they don't, they just know their parents wake them up every day, so
yeah.
they don't know. And it's not the same. Like they just act normal on those 2 days.
Yeah. Now, do
Right.
you prepare your students when you're getting ready for a break? Do you tell them like what is going to happen and then what they're going to do when they get back or?
My co-teacher did, it's like, oh, we're about to do Thanksgiving or we're about to do Christmas and not all families celebrate and that's okay. Or some
Yeah.
celebrate a different holiday and kind of talk them through it. So yes. Yeah.
Or a countdown calendar, like this many days before winter break.
Right.
So you can see like, okay, this many school days and then a lot of home days.
Yeah. Stephanie, there's no tired, like teacher tired when you're coming back from a break.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
This was my
Or
first week
student
back.
time.
She said she was
Yeah.
asleep by 7:30 yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, so my poor co-teacher, this was our first full week back. And I was out for training and came in late another day because I had an appointment. And then our TA was also out. So like this, I know this week was like rough for her because
Yeah.
first full week and she didn't have all her normal people. So
It's
yeah,
tough to get back in your routine when the
yeah,
routine isn't quite there yet, right?
right.
So Stephanie, do you feel like the kids check out a couple of days before break as well? I I would guess she has to say yes for that
Right.
too. It's
She's
kind
in
of like,
fifth grade. Yeah.
yeah, there's a saying, I probably shouldn't say this online, but there's a saying with military people that are getting out or that are retiring and that are called road, retired on active duty. And it's
Mm.
kind of like not everybody does it, so I can't say that, but it's kind of like they're done. They're kind of just sitting around waiting for their time to leave, you know what I mean? And I feel like the kids are like, they're retired, getting
I
ready
feel
for
like, yeah, but that's human nature. Like any,
yeah.
not just military, any job you're about to retire. What about senioritis? Kids who
I
Right,
was
know
gonna say
they've already gotten
senioritis.
into college. I don't need to
right,
do any work. Like it's kind of human nature. Or if you're on your last 2 weeks at a job, are you like performing at the top,
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
My experience is military. I guess that's why I go back to
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah. When we have like a goal in mind, we've achieved our goal and then we still have a couple more days or months. It's like, ugh, why do I have to be here? Like
Yeah.
senioritis.
yeah.
Right. Or in my state, they have the standardized tests, and those are usually in April. And then for the rest of the year, you're not doing much, honestly, because they're like none of it counts towards the SOLs. They all know that. And then yeah, even I remember last year I was teaching, you're kind of doing more fun assignments rather than the more serious once all the standardized testing's over.
Really.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and where I taught, we had three report cards per year. We had one like October, one January, and then one April. So the month of May, it's like, do we
You didn't
care? Like we kind of care, but we kind of don't because report cards have already been turned in, and we
Yeah.
still have, like a month left to do like program stuff and just fun stuff. We just kind of keep plugging away. But I'm like, eh.
so you
Yeah.
didn't have an end of the year report card?
Well, the April was like the end of the year report card. We just kind of
Oh.
did it early-ish.
We sent them home on the last day of school.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
we
there's
did
so many
too.
things. Yeah, yeah. I don't know why it was always in April, but I'm glad it was my last year because I had a baby early May. So like report cards were done, and then
Nice.
the filler teachers that came in, they're like, "Oh, we got 3 weeks. Report cards are done. We got the program ready." Like
Yeah.
Right.
in the kindergarten, they still plug through, but it's also like,
Yeah. Stephanie just said her poor kids had state testing to come back to. Oh,
yes,
the
And
first
yeah.
she's,
week?
yeah, that's great. And then she said in Florida,
Yeah,
we
like
do
this.
state testing 3 times a year. I
Yeah.
should say we do other testing. There's other testing we
Oh
do
yeah.
throughout the year. So it's probably maybe like 3 or 4 times, but specifically the ones for my state are done at the end of the year. But there's like other things like
Yeah.
PALS testing and other things like that during the
I feel like,
year.
yeah, I feel like my daughter just did her MAP testing in December.
Yeah.
So like a week or two before the break, but we got the results back this week. But she had something to do this week. I don't remember.
Right. I know they do some kind of testing mid-year to see like, has there been progress from the beginning of the year? And then,
Yeah.
yeah.
Our school, we always had the
Mm.
day after Super Bowl off. I love
Oh,
it.
I wish. I
Well, we
wish.
watched
God.
the Super Bowl at 2 in the morning.
Oh,
Oh, in
because
like
you're in
German,
Japan.
So they made it a teacher's
Japan.
work day. So the
Nice.
game would finish at like 6 in the morning, and I'd be like, "Okay, I'm going to work." Like,
That's good that they did that. I wish they would
oh
do
yeah,
that in the States, but yeah, they should. I mean,
yeah.
not only us parents are watching, but the kids are watching. I mean,
Mhm.
everybody watches the Super Bowl. Even if you don't
Yeah.
watch football the rest of the year, you watch the Super Bowl.
I watched it all the time at like 2 in the morning, so I know.
Yeah.
One
Just
thing I hated in high school is that our semester would end the second week back from break,
Yeah.
which means we'd have
Um,
break, we'd come back for a week, and then we'd have finals.
oof.
yeah.
So
Well,
I'd be
you know what?
studying for finals over the break or trying to get
Yeah.
makeup work done or extra credit stuff done during the break instead of just saying, we end in December, done, break, done, come back
Yeah.
January fresh. I like that so much better because it's like a clean break.
Right?
Right. Well, okay. So in my county, actually, I hate it, but we start. So my son and my daughter used to start at the very beginning of August, and they changed that, and I absolutely hate it because in August you can still go to the pool or go on
Yeah.
vacations. But the one advantage and the other side's argument was that then you can finish up the semester before Christmas and not have to like forget it all over the break and then come back. So that was one of their arguments, which I see that, but I hate starting the very beginning of August. Hate it.
We always started beginning of September, very end of August, I believe, if I remember. Yeah, because I think our staggered start for kindergarten was the first week of September. So I guess the other grades came back the week before.
Yeah.
Hmm, I think so. Stephanie said we do that as well. We overtest in my state. It can be hard for them and us. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Florida too, but I haven't gone back to teaching in Florida, so. All right. Anything else we need to let them know about getting ready to get back into teaching after
One
breaks?
thing that helped me with my kids and as my teacher is before you go to bed, the night before, you make sure you have your complete outfit laid out, down to the socks
Mm,
and the shoes,
good
because no
idea.
one wants to look for shoes at 6 in the morning and find it somewhere in the other kid's room and wake the other kid up. So get everything out and laid out, and then you're like, okay, I know what I'm going to wear. And for my daughter, we just let her sleep in her school clothes and just say, put some two shoes on and out the door you go. So she often sleeps in her school uniform because it just makes our life a little bit easier.
I just heard that on a Facebook page the other day. This doctor, she said, "Yeah, I let my kid go to bed in school clothes sometimes as well." So,
Ready for the day.
yep, that's awesome. All right. Well, guys, we'd love to know your thoughts as well. So thank you so much, Stephanie, for hanging out in the chat. And Kathy, Kelly, thank you again for coming. Um, put things in the chat. Let us know, what do you do like to get ready for a break? What do you do after the break? Do you go in on your day off? We want to know. Stephanie said, I can't sleep the night before going back. I'm always up early. I don't
Yes.
know. Really?
Or you can't sleep because you're so excited. Like I tried to put my daughter to bed early and she's like, I'm just so excited. I can't calm down. I can't sleep. I can, no, you need to. So
Yeah.
she didn't get much sleep that night because the excitement was just building up. And then morning came too early. I'm like, sorry.
Okay, one more thing. Do you remember there's a book and it talks about I don't want to go to school, I don't want to go to school, and all you see is this one in the bed, and it ends up being the teacher at the end. It is so cute. I gotta find that book and put it on
You go
here.
to school. You're the teacher.
Yeah.
Right, right. I haven't seen that book, but that sounds good.
I'll have to find it and put it up here for you guys because it's super cute because you're reading it and it just sounds like it's a kid. And then, the husband's trying to wake up. It's actually the teacher. Stephanie said she teaches a 5 a.m. class before work for VIP kid. You
Oh,
are a rock
out.
star.
Yikes, Stephanie. Good for you though. That's tough.
Yeah. Have you had that student for a while? Must. I'm guessing so.
Mhm.
Awesome. Well, ladies, thank you again for coming. I'm going to go hang out with family today, so I'm
Oh,
super excited.
have fun.
Oh, first date jitters. Yes, thank you, Stephanie. You guys have to go look up that book. Maybe I can
Okay.
find a link and put it up here for you, but I think it is first date jitters. So super fun. All right, everyone, have a great one, and we'll see you all next time. Please don't forget to check out Rebecca and Teacher Kelly Tag's channels below. Bye.